Okay, now we're going to create an activity that using the new quizzes feature in Canvas that would match this context clues worksheet over here. So to do that, we're going to go into the module that I want to create the assignment. Click the plus sign. And this time, instead of assignment, we're going to choose quiz. Create quiz. I'm going to use the new quizzes feature because it allows for a fill in the blank option. I'm going to give our quiz a name. Diary of a Spider. Context clues. Okay, it's going to be grouped with all of our other assignments, and then you can choose if you would like to indent or keep it where it is. We're going to click Add Item just like we would with a normal assignment. Scroll down to find it. Click on the title. And this is going to look a little bit different for you. If you're used to the classic quizzes, it's got a little bit of a different view. So let me move this out of the way. Okay, so I already have my title here. I'm going to set up my points just like I do for a normal assignment. I'll get 100 points. This is already selected for us. You don't need to do anything with this submission type. No changes here. But you do need to select your due date. Done. Now, if you want to stop here and then create the actual quiz later, you could click Save. If you're ready to go ahead and create your quiz now, you can click Build. So this is where you're going to actually build your quiz. Okay, so I'm in my build, so I'm going to click to add my directions here. So I'm going to make it match exactly what this worksheet is here on the side. So we're going to say complete sentences using the correct vocabulary word. Make it just a little bit bigger. And bold. So there's my directions or instructions. Now to go ahead and start creating my questions, we're going to click this plus sign. Now in new quizzes, you have all of these options now to create a quiz. So today we're just going to use the fill in the blank. For my question title, I'm just going to put question 1. And then here, I click where it says type a statement. This is where I'm going to actually type in the statement that I want them to fill in the blank. So it should be, I got quite a, and we're going to put scare when I saw the big spider. Now, notice I had to go ahead and fill in the blank with the correct word, but now that I have typed the entire statement, I'm going to select the word that I want to use to fill in the blank, and I'm going to click enter. Notice it put scare in a box for me. I could either choose to have them type in the word themselves, use a drop down, or use a word bank. So let's try word bank. So possible choices, we could say scare. We could also say, let's use our other words. Dangerous. I'm going to leave it at 4 answer choices here. Okay, then I can also go in, say quite scare, make sure I have everything here. Click done. Okay, so if I wanted to look to see what that's going to look like on the student view, I can click preview. I got quiet, and you're going to see here where they're going to slide in the answer that they want to choose and then click submit. So that's what the student version or the student view looks like here. Let's exit the preview. Okay, I could also change this, and instead of using the word bank, I could choose the drop down. So let's take a look at what that's going to look like. So now the student is going to see they're going to be able to, oops, sorry, let's preview that. Okay, so you're going to have the drop-down menu here, and they can choose which word. And it might be a little confusing because they're going to see this choose your answer before they select their answer. So whichever you think your students would do better with. I think I'm going to choose the word bank. Okay, so now we go into question number 2. Notice you can make multiple or use multiple different types of questions, or you could stick to the same fill in the blank. So we're going to continue to use fill in the blank. So it's question 2. Okay, so I type in my statement. I need to select the word that I want to create the blank. Okay, we want it to be a word bank. Again, I'm going to choose either judge, we'll say again, one of our other answer choices. And done. And then we would just continue to create our questions until we have all of them completed. Okay, so now that you have all of your questions ready to go, you can, if you need to go back and edit any of them, obviously you can scroll through or click the question number here on the side and it'll take you directly to that question. Now we can go into our settings. Here's where you could choose to shuffle the questions or shuffle the answer choices. In each question, you could actually choose to have show one question at a time. So I think for our younger students, that would be great. Allow backtracking, meaning they can go back and answer or fix a question before that they've previously looked at. You could actually lock down your quiz and make them have to type in an access code to enter the quiz. Give them a time limit, make it to where they could only take the quiz at school. If this was a math quiz, they could have an online calculator here. You can allow multiple attempts and choose to, which score you want to keep, whether it's the highest, the first, the last, whatever, or you could take an average. You can limit the number of attempts they have, and you can also require a waiting period between multiple attempts so they don't take the quiz one after another. And then you could also restrict the student result view and decide what part of it you want to restrict. We're going to leave that open. I think all of those seem okay. This is also where you could choose to run some reports on your quiz items, and you could also choose to moderate a specific student in your class. Okay. So it looks like I have this all set up the way I want. So now that I'm done building my quiz, I'm going to click return. And notice that takes me back to my module. So you do want to make sure that you have this published. Let me go back in. Now that I have created all of my settings, I could go back into preview to look at it in the student view. Okay, so notice now I don't have a long list of questions. It's just one question at a time. And then they would just drag and drop their answer choice. Choose next. And then they can go back to their previous answers or questions as well. So let's go ahead and return back. So make sure I move this up to the top of my module. This will be after. Oops, get it in the right module. After the Diary of a Spider. Okay, so there we go. There's my quiz that I have created for my read aloud of Diary of a Spider.